Hey, let's show you how to sync data out of Boost.space using AI-generated synchronization template. So click on Add New Data Share. So it's going to take data out of Boost.space. Choose the module that you want to load data from. Click Continue. Choose your tool. So now Google Contacts will be used for the purpose of this demonstration. And inside the scenario, we do have manually crafted template here, but I want to show you how to work with the AI, because some tools we don't have the manually crafted templates for. So for the purpose of this video, I will choose the AI and let's see how it copes with creating scenario for the way out for you. So choose this, go next. And now that's a very important moment to give a correct instruction for your synchronization. So you have to choose corresponding watch modules, corresponding triggers, I would say, from the third-party tools. So we want to choose how to get a record. So we're going to be synchronizing contacts in this case. So we're going to get a contact here. We want to choose create a record. So it's called create contact in Google Contacts, and update a record. So we're looking for something like update a contact. So why? Because we have to instruct our AI to know which endpoints to use so that it can craft your template. Some tools are more complicated than Google Contacts, and think about your e-commerce solution. It might have many different entities like orders, products, different types of data that it can synchronize, and you have to tell our AI engine which data is it that you want to synchronize. With Google Contacts, we are set and ready to start creating the template. So this is the connection that will be created. I can click next and continue. So now the magic is happening. The AI is working hard, and in a few seconds I will have the data synchronization template ready. So as you can see, it's a little bit more complex scenario than on the way in, and that's because we not only have to sync data to the third-party tool, but we also have to get back some information about whether it was successfully saved, remote IDs, so that we can then work and orchestrate two-way synchronization. So it's always the best practice now to click at the right side on the first trigger and run this module only first, which will just load one record of data here, and it will also load all the custom fields. And it's very important to do that, because then when you are mapping fields in the follow-up modules, it will be able to map also those custom fields. So this is important thing to do, and right now we need to do few steps. So let's start with creating or selecting connections for our Google Contacts. So I already have a connection here, so we can use that. Google Contacts connection number 3, and continue. It's asking me actually to extend my permissions, because I am now asking Google to actually update the data here. So it extends the scope of this connection, and we have the connection ready. So now we can use the AI mapping feature, so map the fields. So let's do that. It will try to map the corresponding fields from the Boost.space to the Google Contacts. It takes about 10 seconds. It's good to really check whether everything is correct. We are still, working on the accuracy, trying to improve the accuracy. And actually, you see that here for the emails and phones, you have the map field selected. So I prefer, and it works better if you uncheck it, and if you actually add the email item here. This is better option. So I'll choose the email here. So this is basically fixing some of the AI mapping for us. Also for the phone number, let's do that manually, but I feel the AI was successful in helping us map many other fields inside this. So it saved us at least some valuable time, and we have this one node ready. We can go to the next node. Here you can choose again your connection. So I'm using the connection number 3, can be the same, so that is fine. And as a contact ID, you need to choose the remote ID from this green iterator. So it needs to look like this. Click OK. So now we have to go to the last node here and choose the mapping. So this one is more complicated because the ID has to come from the Google contacts, this one, but all the remaining fields like name, family name, everything has to come from Boost.space. So I'm gonna have to do that manually here because the AI mapping is always trying to map the first module. We're gonna work on that on future releases, but for now we have to do some of the mapping here. So make sure we select the necessary fields, which are marked by being bold. I think one email is enough. Phone number, you can use the search here and make sure you're choosing from the right tool. So this one, last node, is a mix. The contact ID is from the Google Contacts node, and all the remaining fields are being saved from the Boost.space. So now we have actually successfully set up all 3 Google Contacts modules, and we can now work on the filters. So most of the filters have been already preset using our AI. So for example, this one is already set up, but here on this one particular filter, you have to set up which fields it will be checking for changes. So first we choose, for example, the family name. If the family name of the record is not equal to the family name or surname in Boost.space, in that particular case it will proceed to write changes. You can then add more rules to this. So here you can add the order rule, and you can set, for example, whether a first name, given name, is not equal to the given name inside Boost.space. So we call that first name, and so in that case the changes will be updated. So here we are actually setting the situation which fields to check for. So after we've done that, we are ready to proceed. So if you remember, at the start of the scenario, I've created this choose where to start option, and at this moment I am ready to start running the scenario. So I want to choose that and choose run all again, so that all my data get synchronized into Boost.space. And now we can set up the scheduling, save the scenario, turn this on, and run the scenario. So now it's already running, so that's why this error, but it's actually now running, processing the data, and the data is now gonna appear inside my Google Contacts. So data from Boost.space have been transferred to Google Contacts, and you have successfully managed to work and craft your scenario from the AI generated template. We definitely gonna be pushing this further. We're gonna be pushing this to make this even more simple for you, but at this moment, this is how to work with AI generated template.